Started. All right, so today we're going to talk about holiday lights and lighting up your holiday season. And there's so many different choices that you can choose from, and it might even be daunting sometimes when you go and you start looking at all the different types of string lights, different types of lighting elements around to use around your home, inside or outside. And it can get probably a little scary to some of us. But I've got a lot of tips and tricks that will help you, and I really just kind of want to show you some of the things that we're carrying. Of course, we carry our basic string lights, your regular incandescent, your 100 count string lights, your LED lights, but I really want to talk about some of the specific things that we carry here at McDonald Garden Center. We really do a lot of different, unique, eclectic kind of lights that you probably don't see anywhere else. And a lot of people might be kind of confused as to how to use them around the home or outside the home. And that's kind of what I want to tackle today, is give you some tips and tricks, and maybe even why, because I'm the buyer, why I bought some of these lights. You know, a lot of times we buy lights and we don't quite know what to do with them. And a lot of times I buy lights to sell in our stores for specific reasons. And it's kind of hard to sometimes translate those reasons to our customers. So that's really what I'm doing here today, is I want to go through some of our different collections of lights and really go through and show you everything that you can use in your home. And these are some of my favorites. So these are kind of my top 10s, or I've really probably got about 15 things I'm going to show you today. So I'm going to go pretty quick. I'm going to roll through some of this. I'm going to try and give you all the specs and some of the important information. I'll try and even relay some prices to you so you can kind of get a feel for some of the prices on these things. And of course, we've got great deals going on. So the deals will change. I'm not going to specifically talk about deals, but pretty much all of our Christmas lights are almost always on sale throughout the season. So you're definitely going to want to come and check out some of these great deals. Let me just scroll down, make sure I've got... All right. Okay, so the first thing I want to start with is one of our most popular series of lights. It's our Lumineo Lights. These are string lights, and maybe if you've been here before, you've maybe seen these before. We carry these in compact and cluster lights. These are really, really cool lights. Lumineo is a company that is based out of Europe, and they're probably the leader in LED Christmas lights in Europe. So if you've ever lived in Europe, maybe you were in the military and you were over in Europe, you've probably seen their string lights being used all over the European landscape. They are amazing lights. Europe really decorates a little bit differently than we do for the holiday season. They really, really like light, and they're very simple, so they're not as ornate as maybe we might get sometimes, but they love light like we do. So of course, Christmas trees, we always think, man, how many lights can I put on our tree? And Lumineo really does a great job of that. And they're also the leader in LED technology. So they really have a little bit further advancement than we do when it comes to LED lights. And we've been carrying these for probably somewhere around 7 to 8, maybe even 9 years now. But these are absolutely awesome. This is Lumineo LED compact lights. This is a box that has 1,000 lights in it on a single strand. And I'm going to pull it out here for you to see. So right here. This is amazing. Look at that big ball of light right here. So, of course, when we take out our Christmas lights every year, we're always worried about, oh man, now I've got to untangle them. Well, the really cool thing about this lights is they don't tangle. So you literally can ball these up. And as you can see, they just don't tangle. They just never really tangle. And that's because each light is about 1 inch apart. So you get 1,000 lights. They're about 1 inch apart. The total length of the strand is 74 feet long, almost 75 feet. I think it's 74 exactly. So 74 feet long. So you get this really, really nice long strand of lights that you can use really anywhere. You can use it to decorate trees. I love them in the outside. Love them on the inside too. You can use them in so many different ways. They don't tangle. They burn for 50,000 hours. So that's an extremely long time. You could literally leave these on for about 6 years and they would never burn out, just constantly burning. They've got 8 functions. So let me show you this function box because this is really cool and unique to their lights. So on the string, probably about 3 feet away from the first light, is the function box. And on this box, you can hit the function controller and you can see it creates a twinkling effect. And then we've got lots and lots of different combinations of lights that you can do. Really, I think there's 8, so you got 1 per day of the week if you want to change them. You can also have it flow through all of them. It can go through all of them. But it's a really, really cool, amazing look that you can get with these lights. It's also got a built-in timer, which I absolutely love. So if you're outside, if you're doing lights outside or even inside, and you don't really want to unplug it or worry about trying to turn it on every single day, then you can set the timer. And all you have to do is there's a little button right here. and you just hold it down, and you can see that little green light popped on. And that means the timer's set. So every day at this time, it'll come on, stay on for 6 hours, and then turn off. And every day it comes on at the exact same time. So it's a really nice feature to have a built-in timer. If you don't want the timer, you just push the button again and the light goes off and you're good to go. So these are just stay on constantly. There's so many different uses that I use for these. I use them outside pretty much exclusively at my home, but I've used them inside as well. You can use them to decorate garlands, banisters. They're really, really cool. And because it's 74 feet long, it makes it really easy to kind of really add a lot of light to your holiday season. So I really love this on front porches. You can wrap it around railings. You can even make swags out of it. So I want to show you this technique. This is what I do on my home. So I double them up sometimes. So you can see if I double it up, and then you can even triple it up. So you can quadruple it up. Let me get this on a steady on so it's not flashing. There we go. So now I've got this quadrupled up and it's like a garland of light. And I love this kind of swagged across the mantle or on my front porch or just along the gutter of my house. It's really, really easy to use. And because they don't tangle, you don't have to worry about it. They're also unbreakable, or virtually unbreakable, I should say. Nothing's unbreakable, really. But you can step on these. It's not going to hurt them. This is an awesome, awesome light set. It's really, really easy to use. The only downfall, if there ever is one, is, I'll go through this entire ball of lights. Hopefully I won't make a huge mess here below me. But you can just see how long this strand is. It just keeps going and going and going. So let's just pull it all out. So you can see how long this strand of lights is. 74 feet. It is just absolutely amazing. And I just balled it up. So as you can see, they're not tangling at all. If you did this with any other type of string light, then you'd have a balled up mess and you'd spend hours trying to untangle it. So we'll just keep on pulling. You can just see how long this is. And these actually come in 500 strands. They also come in 2,000 or 1,500. So you can get lots and lots of different lengths. I'll tell you a little tip here in just a second. But you can see this strand ends in just a light bulb. Now we've got connectable lights that I'm going to show you here in a second. This is actually okay for me though. A lot of times if you're wrapping a tree and you end up with your plug at the very end at the top, then that's kind of a pain. So if you do a little bit of planning, a little bit of thinking, and that's my tip, is to do a little bit of planning to think about how you're going to use lights. Measuring is super, super important. Almost every type of light that you ever buy, any type of string light for sure, is going to tell you the length of the light. It's going to tell you how much of a lead you have, which is how much cord you have before you get to the first light. And this one's got a really long lead. So this one's got a 16.4-foot lead, which is really, really nice so that you can not have to worry about trying to get your plug right to the beginning of the first light. But with the end light, having it just on the end is really nice when you're wrapping trunks of trees. If you're wrapping a small tree, a Japanese maple or something like that, it's really kind of nice just to not have to worry about where this is going to end. And what I do is I have a Japanese maple and I use these on it. It's absolutely stunning. I think I put about 8,000 lights on it last year of just this type. Is you can just go up one branch and you can end it wherever it ends. And then I just have down at the bottom, I've got a power strip that I can plug all 8 of the plugs into, and then I can turn it all on, and it's just absolutely amazing. These lights are great, and I love the fact that they don't tangle. They're super, super easy. All the prices will vary on these. These are $99 regular retail price, but they're always a good deal. They're always on sale, so you can always check out some good deals on these lights. They are just absolutely amazing. One of my favorite lights. I'm going to wrap this up so you can see. This is how you store them. This is how I store them at the end of the year. I just kind of bunch them up and then I just kind of wrap it right around itself. I don't have to worry about anything because next year I know they're going to untangle and just be super, super easy. So that's what I always love. You don't have to buy reels. You don't have to do anything. You can just wrap them all up like this. So you can just see how long this strand of light is. This is absolutely awesome. I love this one. And because you got all the different functions and you got the function box and the timer built right in, it's super, super easy. I'm going to put that one off to the side. And I'm going to show you another set. Let me just kind of scroll down and see. Do they stay on if one bulb goes out? Great question, Shannon. Yes, they do. Because it's LED, it's not like incandescent. Now, incandescent lights mostly, even if a bulb burns out, the power should continue all the way through the line, so you shouldn't have a problem. But if an LED burns out, it's not going to affect the line. And I'm not going to say that it can't happen. I've seen LED lights go out before, but it won't affect the line. And 1 out of 1,000 or 2 or 10 out of 1,000, you're barely even going to see it, and it doesn't affect the line. So I missed the price. How much? It's $99, 1,000 lights, but they're on sale. They're usually on sale somewhere around 30% off. Right now, that is what they are. So it's a great deal, and they come in lots of different lengths. So you can get lots and lots of different lengths and sizes for them. So they're a lot of fun, easy to use. Let's see, these would be great for the fence at our community clubhouse. For sure, Tammy, that's a great option. They're really, really nice because they don't tangle. They burn for 50,000 hours, which means they're never going to really burn out on you, and they're just really, really easy. They're water resistant, they're outdoor, so they're indoor or outdoor, so you can use them in both locations. They're really, really cool. One other tip that I want to show you, because a lot of us might not be used to using LED lights. I'm going to unplug this. So this is what the cord's going to look like. Got it wrapped up in another cord. This is what the cord looks like, and this is a transformer, and the transformer is where all the power source comes from. So that's really important that you have a good transformer and that you have a good connection. With all transformers, they're all different. They're all kind of different voltages, different amperage. Don't worry about that so much. Just make sure you're using the right transformer with your light set that you purchased. But they do have a kind of a little weird prong system on the inside, so you got to just make sure that you line these up right. It's got 2 prongs, but then it's got this little half moon shape that you have to line up with the other one. If you try and force it in opposite, it's not going to work. So you got to make sure that you're putting it in correct, and then you get this little kind of bolt screw on it, and you just screw that on, and that makes it nice and watertight so that no water is going to get in there, and it's going to last many years. And then I just leave this on all the time, so I never really change it. You can just see the amount of cord that you get here. I get this big bundle, 16 feet of lead before the first bulb. So really, really cool light set. Love that one. So the next one I want to show you is the Connectable Light set. Let me just scroll up here. So this is by Lumineo as well. These are connectable lights. Now you're not going to get 1,000 lights on one strand, but you can connect them. And so this one that I plugged in already is a cluster light. Now cluster lights are different than the compact. So remember I mentioned we have those in compact and cluster, and we do. This is the cluster. So the cluster has about 4 to 5 bulbs per inch. So you're getting a lot more lights in a shorter length. So really, really great for garlands. If you're doing like, typically a garland, a normal size garland is about 9 feet long. This is 16, so you can wrap it in there, or you can try and stretch it to 2 of the garlands. But I think these are awesome. They're really easy to use. So that effect that I made by doubling up or tripling up or quadrupling up the compact lights is what you're getting right here on this one simple strand. But what's really unique about these connectable LEDs by Lumineo is they end with a plug. So now you can add different lights to it. On this transformer, you can put up to 3,000 lights. So you got to do a little bit of a count. You got to add up your lights to see how many you got. But as you can see, it ends in a plug that I connect. So what you can do here is you can really not have to worry so much about the planning. I still say plan, measure out, especially if you're doing like your outside, if you're doing your landscape, your gutters, measure your approximate length of your gutter, how much you want to cover. If you get a little bit of extra, it's easier to hide your extra than it is to try and stretch it because the lights won't really stretch very far. But these are really cool because they can add lights to them and you don't have to put the exact same set on them. So these are clusters. Maybe I did my railing with these. And then I want to go to some shrubs. I've got net lights. So this net light could connect to it. I've got these in cool white, warm white, and multi. They come in all different colors. So you get all the different types of colors that you want. Basically those 3, multi, warm white, and cool white. So you can go from a warm white light to a cool white shrub or a multi-shrub, however you want to do it. These shrub lights are awesome. So it's like your normal net light. So it's basically built into kind of like a chain link fence. Let me see if I can hold this image up for you so you can see. Maybe you can see it right there. Right there. It kind of shows you what that net light is going to look like. So you can use this on fences, you can use it on shrubs, you can wrap the trunks of your trees, and it's connectable. So this is another 200 LEDs. The cluster is 500 LEDs. So now we're up to 700 LEDs. We've still got 1,300 or 2,300 more to go. And then maybe I want to go to just a basic string light. So we've got our basic string lights, and these are spaced at 3-inch spacings. between the bulbs. Maybe I want to, move it from one space to another, and I just want to do some basic string lights. And then we've also got curtain lights in them. Well, curtain and icicle lights. So these are actually icicles. The curtains I didn't grab, but these are icicle lights, so you can hang these on your house. This comes in a white cord, which is perfect because a lot of these are in that really kind of dark green, so they blend into shrubs or greenery, however you want to use them. But this one is white so that it doesn't stand out on your gutter or on the siding of your house. So white icicle lights, these come in cool white, warm white, and multi. And then I can connect these. These are 250 LEDs. The basic is 250 LEDs. So you can go all the way up to 3,000 LEDs off of this one power cord. And what else do you get? You also get the function box with it as well. So you can also go through all your different functions. Oh, I'm hitting the timer button. Haven't gotten to that part yet. So I can still go through all my different functions. Now they will all do the same function. So if you want to have one doing one type of function and then another one doing something different, then you will have to plug them into different power cords and different function boxes. But it's also got the built-in timer. So all I got to do is hit the little button, and then I've got this great timer setting, and all my lights come on at the same time every single night. I don't have to go buy a separate timer. You can still buy a separate timer if you want to, but I really like having this timer function right here built into this box. It's really, really easy. So these are really cool because you can add on, you can do different things. Now these prices are generally about the same. They're all about $49.99 to $59.99. So you can get a lot of different lights here, a lot of different looks, and you can connect them together. So it makes it really easy. Let me take it off the seizure mode here. So really cool light set. Don't tangle. Same thing, 50,000 burn hours, come in multiple different colors and shades, and really easy to use. And unbreakable, outdoor safe, indoor safe, so you can use them anywhere. These are absolutely amazing. This is the cluster, comes in nets, comes in icicles, as well as curtain lights. So really cool light set that is made by that same company, Lumineo, and they are the leader in LED technology. They are absolutely amazing. So you will love these lights and the fact that you can connect them together. The reason I also wanted to talk about the Icicle lights for a second is because we do carry traditional lights. I want to mention that. These are just regular incandescent Icicle lights. But when I talk about my tip of always measuring and kind of understanding where you're going to try and go with your lights and where your plugs are going to end up and all that, do have a little bit of thought of that. Maybe even draw just a simple diagram of how you want to do it, because it does help to know your lengths and your widths. Because a lot of people use these Icicle lights, and these are only 6 feet long. So this is only a 6-foot lighted section. So most of our gutters are, somewhere between, 30 to 80 feet long, depending on what type of house you have and what your look is and what you're trying to cover. If you're trying to cover all the way around your house or just the front. 6 feet compared to this Icicle light set is 24 feet. So there is literally 4 of these in this one box. So we're looking at this is $59.99. These are $14.99 for a typical ice light, $10 to $14.99. So you're going to get 4 of these in this one box, which is an awesome deal and an awesome savings, and it's going to be super easy because you can connect all of these different lights together so you can go from one to the next. It's really cool. Lumineo is really awesome about kind of forward thinking. We've also got a couple different accessories that can go with these. So this is actually a divider. So you can take, if you want to go, let's say you've gone all the way across your gutter and you've come down and you want to go to a tree, but you also want to go to some shrubs, and maybe you want to go to your mailbox. This one actually is a splitter, so it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different directions that you can go off it. So you can plug this into the end, and then you can splay off of that all your different types of light sets if you want to go different directions. We've also got an extender. So this is a great little extender. This is 65 feet long, which means all of a sudden you get to an area and it's like, well, I really don't want any more lights on this side, but I want to get all the way over to this flower bed and do a Japanese maple or a small tree or something, and I want to extend the lights, then this will do it for you. It's 65 feet long, and it's got one plug at the end that you can plug into the male, and then you go to the other end and you can plug in a new light set. So it's a really cool little accessory that you can get with these lights, and it just really helps. Now each box is going to come with a transformer. and a function box. So if you're connecting them, you're going to have some of those extras, and that's a good thing because if anything ever happens to LED, it's usually the transformer that goes. So if the transformer goes, then you'll have extras. So if you buy 5 or 6 or 7 different sets of these, then you'll have some extra transformers and some extra function boxes in case anything ever happens. Worst thing, put up all your lights and all of a sudden they don't work. And this way you've got some extras that you can always resort to and use. So save all of those extra function boxes and transformers. They might come in handy down the road. Let me see if we got any questions for that one. Can I get the name of the first set you showed? Yeah. So this one, so the first set I showed was the Lumineo Compact. One of my all-time favorites. We've carried it for multiple years now. Super, super easy to use. Lots and lots of fun. You can use it in lots of different locations. The next one is Lumineo's Connectable Lights. So kind of the same idea as the Compact. We've got them in compact, clusters, nets, icicles, basic. We've got lots and lots of different ways to use them. So again, just kind of think about how you want to use them and you can end-to-end them. Now you're only going to get probably about a quarter of the lights that you're going to get with that string. So you're only going to get about 250 lights. So you're going to need 4 of these to equal the same amount as that compact. But you can go different directions. You can change from a compact to a cluster to an icicle to anything that you want to after that. So it's really, really kind of helps to allow you to kind of change and do different things around your landscape. Really, really great outdoor set. But again, you can use them inside. They're really, really easy. And that way, if you use them inside one year and maybe you want to take them out and add them to something else outside, then you can. With the compact, it's just that one single strand. But I love mine and I use them every year. Absolutely, it's one of my favorites. In fact, my gutter is about 80 feet long and I take that compact, I wrap 2 or 3 strands together, I just kind of twist them up and then I hang it kind of like a big lighted garland across and I do a little swag on it. You can do it straight across. They're super, super easy, lots and lots of fun. So those are my 2 favorite light sets. I'm going to go to my next Lumineo light set, which is a battery operated. So I know a lot of us use battery operated lights. I love battery operated lights. When you don't have access to a plug, it's super, super necessary that you get something that's got a long life for batteries. That's one of my most important things. I don't want to have to go change the batteries every time. This one lasts for 60 days on one set of batteries. So this is called Lumineo's battery operated lights. These are DuraWise is what we call them. So the DuraWise battery operated lights. What I really love about these is it gives you lots of light. So these come in cool white, warm white, and multi. They come in 96 length, so 96 lights, or 192 lights. Now, that might not seem like a ton of light, but that's a lot more than you're typically going to get on a battery operated set. Most battery operated sets are somewhere between 20 and 50. This starts at 96 and goes up to 192. So these are really, really cool. You get a long length with them as well. So if you're trying to decorate a mailbox or a banister or something where you just don't have power, then this is a great option for you. Works great on wreaths as well. So you can use these for a lot of different things. I've got another one that I think you're going to love for wreaths, but these are DuraWise battery operated. Let me show them to you. So this one that I pulled out is a cool white. This is the 192 set. So I wanted to just show you the length. So the length on this one is 47 feet long, so 46.9 feet. The 96 light is 23.3 feet long. So it's a really cool light set. Kind of the same thing, they don't tangle. Lumineo's lights are kind of made that way. They do this kind of weird kind of twisty thing with the string, which makes it really, really nice because they don't tangle. Same thing, burns for 50,000 hours, has functions, everything. So let's look at how long this strand is. This is just half of it. So this is really cool. These have about 3-inch spacing between each bulb. So kind of your normal set. Again, they come in cool white and warm white. And you just get a ton of lights with it. I'm going to move this one too. Move this out of the way. So you can really get the kind of full look at all of what these can do. Now they do come on a black cord, which is slightly different. Most of them come on green cords, but in a dark green, greenery kind of set that you're using, you're going to see it perfect, or you're not going to see it at all. It's going to kind of blend. They really do it on black because it goes into the night. So, if you're using these are great for year round too. Really, really cool. It's got this nice kind of cut little die, this different kind of covering on the diode, which really kind of emits the light. So it's a smaller diode, so it's not pulling as much electricity, but they put this reflector on the end that makes it look kind of unique and cool. This is your battery operated case. This is watertight, so it's kind of different than probably most cases you're going to see. So I want to show you real quick. It's got this little kind of cap that goes inside. You put your batteries in, you put this in, and then you just twist this down. It's got a little rubber ring around the top of it. that keeps it nice and watertight. Now, this has functions and timer built into it. So you can see you can go through all the different functions just by clicking the button, and then you can turn it off. As soon as I turn it on, it's setting the timer. So there's no extra buttons. As soon as you turn it on, so you want to go and put this on like a mailbox, decorate your mailbox, decorate a banister, then about 5 o'clock at night, 4:30, 5 o'clock, go and hit it, turn it on to the function you want, and then you can forget it. It's also got a little ring on it, so you can tie it into some greenery or wreath, however you need to hide this, but it's awesome because of the length and because it doesn't tangle. Love lights that don't tangle, really, really nice. So you can see that big ball that I just pulled up, and then you can see it just comes undone very, very easily. Even if you think you have a tangle, you just give it a little pull, and they're just super, super easy. So love these. If you're looking for a good battery operated light to really cover some distance or do some bigger work with, this is my #1 choice, the DuraWise battery operated light by Lumineo. Awesome, awesome light. Cool white, warm white, multi. Really, really nice set. You're going to like those a lot if you're using them for different things. Oh, and I forgot price. See, I knew I was going to forget something. So the longest one is $39.99, and the shorter one is $24.99. So great deal to be able to light up a lot of things outside. Let me just scroll down. Sorry, my comments are below the image, so I can't quite see anything. Yes, you can use all of these lights outside. So Tammy, can I get the name of the first? Okay, so we answered that question. All right, moving on here. So the next one is one of my all-time favorites. We've been carrying these for a long time. You've probably seen me talk about them before. It's our Invisilites. Now, Invisilites go by a lot of different names. You might have heard them called fairy lights, micro LED lights, but we call them Invisilites mainly because when they were originally kind of came out, that was the idea, is that they were supposed to be somewhat invisible. Not the light, but the string. And so what's the worst thing about stringing up lights is when you stand back and all you see is all the jumble of cords and strings everywhere. These don't do that. So these come in a lot of different styles now, which I really, really love. It's got some that have the silver wire. So you got silver, green, and copper. So you can see all three different kinds here. The copper wire looks great with like magnolia or maybe kind of a woodland or a rustic look, really, really cool. The silver wire is great if you want to do something kind of glitzy and kind of glam it up a little bit. Sometimes you want to show off the wire. This is an awesome one. I use these on my over my fireplace. So this is a really, really cool set. And then of course the green just goes right away into greenery. It's really awesome how it just goes invisible and it's going to show up amazing. So I've got a set here that I can show you. This is, of course, one of our all-time favorites. So you can see it's a little tiny LED light, but at night, these things shine and they're awesome. Really easy to use. These come on a battery operated. So these are these smaller sets. They come in 20s and 50s, or 20 and 60. So 20 lights, which is going to be a 6.5-foot string length. So for smaller projects, maybe a tiny little wreath, maybe a small little tree, something like this guy right here that I grabbed, I put 20 lights on that. So this is just a little lifelike tree and a little nice little pot. I'd probably put about 20 on there so I don't have a ton of cord that I have to work with. But then if I want to do anything bigger, I always go with the 60 count. It is 20-foot length. So you can see here I've got it wrapped around this piece of cardboard that it came with. And then I've got a whole nother, probably another 10 feet right here in this little cluster right here. One warning will be these do tangle. So every other light that I've talked about don't tangle at all. These will tangle, so just be careful with them. Take your time. Don't get frustrated. They're pretty strong. They're pretty durable. You know, try not to bend them back and forth too much, just like a paper clip. If you bend it too much, it'll pop. This is the metal wire. It doesn't electrocute you. It doesn't shock you. It is coated, so you're completely fine. It's battery operated. It's low voltage, so they're very, very safe. These can actually, a lot of florists use these because you can actually put them in water. So really, really cool. These are outdoor and indoor. This is a great point for me to make a little comment here so you just know when you're looking at battery operated lights, you always want to look for kind of like a rubber seal. That'll make you kind of feel a little bit confident about using them outdoor. But on an indoor light set, so here I want to show you the two different options. If you ever see one of these clear battery packs like this, this is an indoor battery pack. Your light set should tell you if it's indoor or outdoor, but this one is indoor and this is outdoor because it's much bigger, it's a little bit stronger, it's got these clips that make it really nice and tight, and then it's got this rubber seal all the way around it. So you'll always know if it's outdoor ready, and this one's also got a built-in timer function, which is really nice. So especially if we're using this on wreaths or garlands or something like that, really, really cool. 60 counts, 20 lights. Let me show you a couple different things you can do with it because it's one of my all-time favorites. So I've got this little Norfolk Island pine. Love these guys for decorating around the home. Love to grow a big one someday and really kind of have this be my Christmas tree. But look at what happens here with these lights. They just literally disappear into the greenery, and I don't have to worry about wrapping it too much. I don't have to, think about it too much. You can do these really, really fast. I kind of like the cord just to sit out. You can kind of tuck it in a little bit if you want to, but just real quick there, you can see you can't even see the wire, but all those lights just look like they're just kind of hanging out. They're actually putting these Invisilites, these micro LED lights, on trees. This tree right here has micro LED lights. You can barely even see that there's cord. It looks like the lights are actually inside the branch. It's absolutely amazing. So this is one thing that you can do with it. Of course, you can light up all of your, greenery around your house, your holiday plants, but you can also use it in wreaths and garlands. So I want to show you the effect of this too. So here's just this awesome, awesome wreath. I love this wreath. It is absolutely stunning. I like lights though. I want to put lights in it, but I don't want to really kind of string it. I don't want to really have to sit there and wrap it in and kind of hide it. The cool thing about artificial wreaths is you can come from the back side and kind of poke your lights through, but sometimes that doesn't work out really, really well. So let me show you what this does. I'm not going to wrap the whole thing, but just real quick, I will show you how easy this is with these Invisilites, because these lights just disappear. So I don't have to worry about doing too much. I can just kind of tuck them in here and there. So we'll just kind of wrap that around a little bit. This would go around this wreath, because this is probably, if I broke this up and stretched it out in a straight length, it's probably about 4 to 5 feet. So with 20 feet, I can go around this about 4 or 5 times, or I can weave it in and out. But just so you can see, those lights just completely disappear in there. So, or not the lights, but the string itself. So you can't even see the string, and all I did was just lay it in there. I don't have to tuck it in or anything, and they just look like they're just sitting right there on the branches. And I can add all 60 of these to this light set, or to this wreath, and then it's got this battery pack that's got the little ring on it, so that all I gotta do is tuck that around back, tie it in, and then I've got myself an excellent wreath that is professionally lit by you, and it's really, really easy to do. So these Invisilites are absolutely amazing. And maybe you've got a flocked wreath, like this tree here that's flocked, got a light flocking on it, then I might use the silver, because the silver will add a little bit of glitz and shine to it. You might use the copper on one where you want to show it off. Maybe you're using pine cones and magnolia, then the copper really is awesome. Love these lights. We've been using them for years. It's one of my favorite lights. These look great in lanterns. There's lots and lots of different uses for them. And I mentioned that there's lots of different styles of them as well. So here's one that I grabbed. This is my Waterfall or cluster light. So this is going to be one strand. Let me pull the box out. This is actually made by Lumineo as well. So this is 160 LEDs on 3.4 feet. So really, really kind of a short length, you would think. That's not a very long length, right? That's 3.4 feet. But I've got 8 strands of them. So I've got all these different strands here that all come from this one point. So these look really, really cool in a lantern. These are really easy to use in lots of different ways. I love these on the mantle. It's really easy to work on the mantle because you can have them go in different directions. You can lay like half of them underneath the garland, the other half on top. But I love these. You can use these in windows, so you can hang these from windows. They just look awesome wrapped around branches in a vase. Just take a wood branch, just a tree branch that maybe fell out of a tree, stick it in the glass vase and wrap these around it. They're absolutely amazing. Indoor or outdoor, really cool. And if this isn't enough for you, 160 LEDs, they also come in a 640 LED. So this one is 6.3 feet long, so it's twice the length. So if you're looking for a little bit bigger impact, we use these a lot around the store. But this one is 3.4, this one is 6 feet long. So it's gonna be about as tall as me. And it's really, really awesome because it's got about 25 strands to work with and 640 LEDs all off of one plug, indoor or outdoor. Absolutely stunning what you can do with these. If you want to put them on your tree, if you want an easy way of decorating your tree, they also make these in a tree light. So this is really cool. I'm going to hold the graphic up. I'm not going to pull this out and show you, but you can see up here at the top, it basically has a ring. you put it over the top of your tree, and then you get all these strands that you can hang down. Now you can weave it in or out, or you can just let it kind of drape around it. It's really, really cool. Works great for inside or outside, but for a fresh cut tree that you want to light in like no time, then these are great. They also come in multi as well, so you can get them in multi or warm white, and they're just super, super easy to use. This is designed for an 8-foot tree, so your typical tree. You'll have a little bit of extra if you want to let them hang down off the bottom, or you can kind of tuck them in and out of the branches. Really, really cool way of doing that. And Invisilites, micro LED lights, you're going to see them a lot used in a lot of different things. Different price points. So our 20 count, and these also come in multi as well. So let's see, our 20 count light and the 6.5-foot cord is $9.99. That's your indoor set. And then for indoor or outdoor, the 60 count is $19.99. And all of our lights are usually on sale. The tree lights are $49.99. So you get, I didn't even tell you how many, 832 LEDs. So you get 832 lights for your tree in one cord, one easy way. Just put the little ring around the top of the center leader of that little tree, and then just hang the lights down or wrap them in. Really, really easy way of lighting up your trees. The 640 count LED is $49.99. And then the smaller 160 is $29.99. So these are awesome, awesome lights. I love Invisilites because you can use them in so many different ways all around your home, whether it's battery operated or plug-in. Most of those, the bigger ones, are plug-in. Once you usually get over 100 lights, they're all usually plug-in. Anything that you need battery operated is usually going to be a little bit less than that. Okay, just a couple little side notes here on some decorative items before I kind of finish up with some of my other favorites. We've got lots of fun things this year, lots of different things. This is something that was kind of, I don't even know that it intentionally was bought, but this is a really cool candle. So just kind of fun for the kids or even anybody. But this is just a candle, kind of has this multi-look, kind of fun, kind of nostalgic looking with the Santa on it. But then look what happens when you put it on the ceiling. So you would stand this up and you'd have it on your ceiling, and then you get this kind of holographic image, like you've seen on people's homes before. This is a really, really cool one, and it just shines right onto your ceiling. So it's a lot of fun for kids' rooms, for guest rooms, or just for something nostalgic and fun to kind of show off for the holiday season. And as you get further away, the images just get bigger, so putting this on a table is a lot of fun. This has ornaments and candy canes and packages that kind of spin throughout, and it rotates naturally. It's battery operated. It also comes with a USB plug, which is nice. You need the actual USB to plug it into, but this is awesome because you can plug this right in, and that way you can leave it plugged in. You don't have to worry about batteries all the time. Love having the option. It also comes in the snowflake one. So this is kind of pretty. It's got a little bit of a snowflake design, a little bit more elegant looking. It says let it snow. It has snowmen and snowflakes. And then another one with a snowman, kind of in that nostalgic look. So just another fun item that we always are amazed at some of the different things we can find when we're out. That's what we do. Literally in January, we go to a big show and we pick out all of these fun things that we're going to feature each year. And that's a really fun one. This is another one that we found. It's awesome. This is a little star, a cool white. Cool white is a lot of fun. I know a lot of people get a little bit worried about it, but it's a lot of fun, and it really kind of brings your attention, whether you're using this in a wreath or a garland. Really, really cool. You can hang this in the center of a wreath. You can actually use it as a tree topper if you wanted to, on top of your tree. You can use it as an ornament. You can hang it from a small tree. It's really, really cool. So this is the star, and then it also comes in a snowflake. And these are a really, really good little deal. So if you're looking for some fun, just a nice kind of fun deal, then these snowflakes and stars are awesome. So these are easy to hang, put in kind of different arrangements. You can use them on a tablescape. They're a whole lot of fun to use. So look out for these if you're in and you're looking for something fun or something unusual to use. These are really cool. Comes with battery operated on that one. A lot of your hanging things are battery operated. Let me show you this star behind me. I don't know if you can quite see the lights on it. I do kind of have it rigged up there. Let's see, maybe I can get it down. Let's see if I can. I don't know if I can. Oh, good, I got it. All right, so this is really cool. These are these big fabric stars. These are huge. I don't know, that's probably almost 2.5 feet, maybe 3 feet across. Really cool star. It's fabric and it's collapsible. It's a battery operated. So you got your battery operated. These are indoor or outdoor. So these would look really cool hanging from a tree. We have them in red, silver, white, green, and gold. Lots and lots of fun. They're fabric, so they're collapsible, which is really nice. So basically what it has is it's got a zipper on it. So you're just gonna unzip the zipper. And I like to kind of hold it together a little bit just to kind of zippers work. And then this can just fold down. So it's really easy to store. And then next year you can just bring it back out again, unfold it, kind of pull it together so you can zip it up. And then you just zip it up and you got yourself this awesome hanging star. This would look really cool in a small tree out in the landscape or around the home or in each window of your home. Would be a lot of fun. It's got little micro LED lights, so that same kind of Invisilite technology on the inside. It's got a built-in timer and it's got a flash to it too. So you can put it on a twinkle. I don't know if you can quite see it inside. So there you go. You can kind of see the twinkling inside and then you can turn it off and then you can have it steady on. It's always on a timer, so 6 hours on, 18 hours off. Really kind of fun, just something different. These are really neat, and we've got them hanging above all of our lifelike trees here at Independence. We used them at a Great Neck location in Angie's Cabana. They're just a lot of fun, take up some space because they're big, but they're really, really cool and just a different thing that you can use around your home. Keeping it in that kind of same world, we love these shatterproof ornaments. So these look like a glass, mercury type of ornament. These are hanging, same idea. It's got the battery pack here. This is kind of like a pine cone shape. These come in all different shapes and sizes. I absolutely love these things. This is just an ornament, just a green ornament. We've got these in bigger sizes. We've got the candy cane ornament size here, and these are plastic, so they look like glass, but they're not going to break. And they're battery operated, and they have really, really cool lights on the inside. So if you see this finial behind me kind of flashing back there, then that's what this is. And I just wanted to show this to you because I think it's cool how you can use these in different ways. So it looks just like an ornament that you would hang, but you could use this in lots and lots of different ways. A bunch of these hanging from a tree outside would be amazing. You can use it on a large tree inside. These are really, really cool. But this one I loved because it's a finial, and so I found this pot here. And I just put this down in here. And I've seen this before. Somebody took these and put a ton of them into one big container outside on their front porch. So they had a big pot, kind of a nice tall planter, and they had a finial in the center. They had a bunch of ornaments around it. It was really, really cool. But just this finial and this little pot makes it look really, really fun and just kind of easy to do, a way to decorate your front porch or even indoors. It's got a cool white bulb on the inside, and it does this kind of technique where it starts at the bottom and works its way up to the top. So they're really, really neat. Just something fun and unusual and different. The shatterproof battery operated ornaments. They are super, super cool. Comes in a wide range of sizes and colors. They're really, really awesome. So you're gonna wanna check those out. All right, going back to some of my favorites here let's see. We'll get nostalgic again on us. So this is an LED C7 light. I absolutely love these. Anything that's old is new again. Everything kind of comes back around in cycles. So this is a really cool light strand. This is LED. It's made by Sienna, really cool LED company. These come in warm white and multi. I grabbed the multi because they're just fun. This is what I remember on my grandparents' tree. So it's a lot of fun to put these on a tree. You can put them on top of your warm white lights. Perfectly fine. Will look really, really great. But this is cool because I think it's 150 LEDs. And again, we always look at our specs so we know how long they are. 46 feet long, so really cool. You can end-to-end them. You can connect up to 30 sets of these. They come in warm white or multi on this reel, so you can reel them back up at the end of the season if you want to. But this is just kind of that nostalgic look. I love this kind of fun LED light, lots of fun to work with, and that kind of C7 size. And the way they kind of have this diamond cut bulb on here really allows the light to emit and kind of really be super, super bright. So a lot of fun to use, whether you're using them inside or outside. These are safe for both. They're a little bit of that kind of old school look that is coming back real fast. These are $49.99. Really, really fun light set. Okay, and then my pole stars. So I love these too. So I've shown these off before. This is a pole star. This is what the box looks like, just so you know. This is made by Lumineo as well. Really, really cool company. We carry a lot of their lights. Lumineo, Polestar. This has a little bit of a twinkle flashing light, but what's really cool about this is it comes on this thing that is basically, it's like a flexible wire on the inside, and it's got all these lights on it. So this one is 72 LEDs. It's 1.5 feet wide when you expand it all the way out. So you can do it a half moon shape. You can do it a lot of different ways. You can use it as a tree topper. You can hang it from your trees outside. So just show you kind of what you can do here. All you do is just pull these out and just make this kind of star look out of it. That's one option. There's 100 different options that you can use. You can actually put a little bit of a bend in them if you want to. These would be really cool in like a container. So maybe like outside on your front porch with some stuffed greens. Maybe I'll use these when I make a stuffed green pot as we get into the month of December. But you can actually put a little bend in these because they're all flexible. So I can put a little curve in it, and then I could have these kind of cool, funky looks. You can put them in trees. They look great in trees, whether they're outside or inside. They're inside or outside use. And you can stick them into a tree and you have this big blast of light. You can use it as a tree topper. There's lots and lots of different uses. These hanging from a tree would be absolutely amazing. They come in a few different sizes, so let me show you the sizes. Oh, and it's got this little twinkle, so about every fifth bulb twinkles on this. So you can probably see if I hold it still. See, it's got that little twinkle, really kind of glitzy, lots of fun. These are awesome, really, really fun to use. These are plug-in. So these are 72 LEDs, 1.5 feet long, and this is a plug-in. This is $29.99, and then we go up to a little bit bigger. This is 160 LEDs, and this is 2.3 feet wide, plug-in as well, and these are $49.99. And then we've got the bigger one. So this is the big, huge one. This is 280 LEDs. It's 3.5 feet long or wide once you expand it, $79.99. These are all plug-in, but one of my all-time favorites is the battery operated. So let me pull this out so you can see it. Because we did our tree last year. We haven't quite gotten around to it yet this year, but we're going to do it soon. The tree out front of the store, we will take these, and because they're battery operated, you might say, oh man, I don't want another battery operated thing. But the reason I love this on battery operated is because if I wanted to put like 10 of these in a tree, then I got to plug 10 of them in. Now they come with a really long lead cord, so that's the nice thing. They always think about that. This one's got a 16.5 foot lead cord, but this one, because it's battery operated, all I have to do is just, and it's indoor outdoor, it's got that nice safe box on it. It's got that rubber kind of look on it. Let me pop my batteries in. Just takes 3 AA's. And then I can close it, and one click, and it's battery operated. So, and it's on a timer. So what I would do is typically put all my batteries in, get it all set up, get them all spread out how I want to have them spread out. You can do a half moon shape. You can do it all the way around. So we can do it any kind of way that we want to. This one, the battery operated, only has 60 LEDs. Remember what I said? LED or battery operated are always going to have a little bit less LED on it, but it's got 60 LEDs, and with that silver, it's just absolutely amazing. So then what I can do is I can go and hang this in a tree. What I'll do is I'll line them all up, get them ready. About 4:30, 5 o'clock, I'll hit my button once. If you hit it once, it's on a timer. If you hit it twice, it's steady on. And then if you hit it one more time, it turns it off. So I'll go through and I'll push my button one time. They'll all be set. They'll all come on at the same time. Then I can go hang them in my tree. You know, 10, 15, 20 of these hanging in a tree is just awesome. Easy, easy, easy way to light up a tree outside. Use them on your front porch, hang them from your banisters. You know, you can do so many different things with these. They're really, really fun. And to have the battery operated function on it is really, really easy when you're working in a tree or in an outdoor space and you just want to splash of color. These won't last 60 days like the battery or the DuraWise by Lumineo, but they last probably right around 25 to 30 days. So really, really cool. Something that you can do. You might have to go change the batteries one time during the season, but other than that, they're really easy. And because it's flexible, these are great in containers. So we can pop this into a pot and have a little splash of color, put my pansies around it, maybe put some stuffed greens. I'll show you how to do that in the month of December in my webinar. But these are really fun. The Pole Stars by Lumineo. Let's see, just show you a couple other things real quick. Our old-fashioned bubble light set, remember these? So don't have a ton of these, but these are kind of something fun just to kind of throw it back to the old days, like those C7s or those C6s bulbs, those LED light strings that I just showed you. This is the bubble light set. Remember these that, you know, they come up and they bubble? So as that incandescent bulb warms up, it warms up the water almost to a point of boiling, and it bubbles inside this little kind of candle. So kind of a fun one that I always think is kind of fun to be kind of nostalgic and go back to remember some of our younger days that are getting further and further in our past. Some other kind of fun things that we can do around the home. Love these lanterns, these kind of really cool. This one's a church. It's got a little Christmas tree, a couple Christmas trees, a little wreath on it. And it's really, really fun because it's got this glitter inside. I know it's hard to see on camera. It almost looks like just like a ball of light. So I'm going to turn it off so you can see all the water inside is moving. It's got a fan on the inside. It's got lots of glitter. So it's kind of like a snow globe, but it's got this really pretty light. It's got a fan, and it just constantly goes. So you don't have to go shake it up or anything. You can just turn it on really, really easy. This one also has that USB function. So if you wanted to plug it in and not have to use batteries, then you can. Really, really cool. Turn that back on. Also comes, same kind of idea, in a lantern. This one's really cool because it's got that kind of nice wood finish. Again, I know it looks like just a ball of light, so I'll turn it off. So you can see it's got a Santa scene on the inside. It got a tree, a little bare branch tree with a cardinal sitting on it. You know, Virginia is a great place to kind of celebrate the cardinal. So this is a lot of fun. It's got the fan, and it looks really, really cool sitting on a tabletop. All right, last but not least is, I think, make sure to look around. Of course, we've got lights on everything, are my Simplex candles. So Simplex is the coolest way to use candles around the home. They are so realistic looking. Simplex is really, really a popular, very kind of becoming very famous type of virtual candle. So what is a virtual candle? Virtual candles are candles that are made out of real wax, but have a artificial flame. So it's got this really cool looking flame to it. Now, if you've ever looked at these before, typically what happens with a virtual candle is there's a flapper, is what I call it. It's a piece of plastic that sits there, and usually there's a fan on the inside that blows it, makes it look like it has natural movement, and it has a little LED light that shines up on it, and so it looks like it's kind of got this true flame look. But the problem with those is it's a flat piece of plastic. And so when you get on the side of it, when it's on the front, it looks good. But when it turns to the side, you can't see the flame. So why I love this Simplex candle is because it's got this 360-degree wick on it. So let me see if I can show that to you. I don't know if you can quite see it. See if we can get, so you can see my hand is glowing, but it's got this really cool wick. Let me show you this birch one, because this might be easier to see the wick on. There we go. So you see how it always looks the same? Because it has 360 degrees all the way around it. The LED light is on the inside of the wick, which makes it look really, really virtual and really, really real. It's got a blue kind of to warm white color, so that kind of is what you would see in a true flame. It's what we call true flame technology, and they come in so many different shapes and styles. They got a built-in timer to it, so really easy to use. If you want to put it into like a glass vase, then you don't have to worry about picking it up, turning it back on, turning it off. But you can see here, that's what it looks like when it's off. And then I'll turn it on. And I know you can't quite see it, but it looks amazing. You got to come and see these in person to really kind of get the true feel of how great these candles are. What I also love about them is the remote. So it comes with this remote feature. Let me pull this one back out and see if you can see that. Yeah, the white's not showing up as well. So let's see here. So it moves not by fan, but by the polarity of the north and south. So it's actually got a magnet on the inside, so it kind of always will move. You won't have to worry about the fan burning out or anything, so I love that. But you can turn it onto a light mode or candle mode. So with this remote that we almost always give away with free with a purchase if you come in and see us, is candle mode's going to have a flicker to the flame, so it's going to look like it's flickering, and then the light is just going to stay constant on. So if it's something that you got closer to you, you might want just the light to stay steady, but then the candle option gives you that kind of true kind of flicker look to it. Then you can also dim it down and dim it up, so you can brighten it up. You can turn it on and off, which is what I almost exclusively use it for, is turning it on and off. And then you can also set your timer. So maybe you're having a party and you want to just turn it on the timer, and it'll stay on all the time, or stay on for 2 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours, or 8 hours. Really, really easy to use. Love this. The reason I love it is because on my mantle, I have them all over my mantle above my fireplace, and I can just go up to them and turn them on and off, and I don't have to worry about turning them upside down and flicking the on and off switch on and off. Really, really cool function is the remote. Really cool. They come in lots of different styles. We've got the birch, that really natural kind of birch look. This is a dripping candle. It's actually got wax dripping down the edges. We've got just the regular, this is my all-time favorite. This is the melted candle. So this one's melted, and it's just got this kind of melted edge, so it goes high and then it goes low. Really, really nice. I kind of like that off-white look. So with the dripping candle, you get it in white. With the melted, it's kind of that off-white look that's really, really popular. Also comes in tapers, so love these tapers. Really cool. They come in red or white, and these also work with the remote control, which makes it really, really nice. We've got taller birch ones. I've got red candles. This is a really pretty one. I don't know if you can see that package. So that designer red is what we call it, and designer green. I love this green candle. This could actually be used year round. These are awesome. They come in squares. So we've got square pillars as well as this nice big round candle. Let's see if you can see the picture on this one. I love this one. This one's awesome. So it's just this big round candle, so you can add lots of different shapes and sizes. And because of the remote control, it's super, super easy to use around the home because, again, you can decorate all around them and then you can just turn them on and off. Super, super easy. Love my Simplex candles. I'm always adding to my collection each year with all of these lights. And these are just some of my favorites. And we've got even more. So if you're looking to decorate your outdoor spaces, we've got deer. We've got lots and lots of different things. I love these pole stars. These are so much fun to use. You're going to love using these around your home. You can see them all working here at McDonald Garden Center. We have it all plugged in. So if you want to come in and check us out and see all of these different things, talk to the experts. We've been doing this in Hampton Roads for 75 years. And we've got a really cool collection. So if you're looking for your basic string light, we got you covered. But if you're looking to do something unique and different around your home, inside your home, outside your home, we can help you with that as well. We've got a really cool light collection and we're always getting more in. So you just want to keep checking us out. It's a great time to see us here at McDonald Garden Center. Light up your holidays here at McDonald Garden Center. Let me see if there's any other questions before I move, before I say goodbye, everybody. I think I got everybody's questions. So, all right, everybody, I hope you all had a great day. I hope you all enjoyed this. Hope you learned something. The tip of the day is really a little bit of planning, a little bit of prep. Think about where you want to use them. Think about how long you want them to be. And then you can come in, check out all the different packages, ask us some questions. We'll help you. Whether you're lighting up your indoor greenery, your indoor foliage, whether you're doing a cut tree, whether you're doing adding lights to a lifelike tree, a wreath, a garland, whatever it might be, we can help you here at McDonald Garden Center. We hope to see you soon. The Christmas open houses, or the Christmas shop is open, so you definitely want to come and check us out and see all the great things that we have in store for you for 2021. Hope to see you soon. Everybody have a great day, and I'll see you next week when we talk about how to shape a lifelike tree. And I think I'll throw in there how to shape a wreath and garland, because I think those are kind of hard to do sometimes. So check me out next week, and then all Wednesdays at 11 a.m. for the next webinar. So have a great day, and we'll see you next week.